I never know where to look. Where do you look? Comment below. Anyway, I'm here and I am feeling fabulous regardless of the chaos being unresolved. That's awesome for me. So what I wanted to do was share a little bit of myself during this time, because I think what we, or I'm going to say what I tend to do is unintentionally share more of myself when I'm not happy. Some of my followers, y'all know what I'm talking about, is known as a rant. So anyway, as humorous as sarcastic rants may be at times, there has to be a balance. Anyway, some of y'all know that I'm really seeking balance right now. Literally every aspect of my life. And I'm seeing motion with that. I'm seeing confirmation. I'm seeing energy. Wow. Awesome. There are so many times where life is completely out of whack, like insurance, medicine, health, with our family, just discord everywhere. But then sometimes there's times where all the lights turn green the rest of the way for a little bit. And I love that so much. And I'm usually just like squealy by myself, crying too, just like overwhelmed with joy. But I want to share that too, more. And I felt bad sometimes because I would, and then something would go south again. And it was like, I just felt like I was disappointing everybody, taking them on a really anxious, nonstop, unwanted adventure. Which is why I was like, please stop following me. This is embarrassing now. But I can't do this alone. And I know that. So it's like, I'm willing to submit myself to humiliation. Hopefully no one else. But find a more graceful way to be humble. That's what I'm working on. To humbly ask for help and no one to need it. Because, like, I really don't have much pride at all. Because, like, I think about my baby. But yeah, so I'm feeling really good. Recently got my infusion, was months behind on that. Luki started pre-K, so I've had some time away from his sweet glowing golden cheeks. And yes, of course, I already miss him, and I'm thinking about going to get him to pinch him on his sweet baby cheeks. But I'm not gonna do that, obviously. Got things to do. But no real solid direction, and a lot of things have been turning so crazy lately. I just want to make sure that everything that I do is right. And how do you do that without trial and error? It's like there's too much of that. I was willing for all of that, and I was like, this might not work, but at this point I'm like, please just, what do I do? Okay, so how do I do it, and I want to do things differently. With how I feel about stuff, what I'm projecting, and how I'm getting the things that I need. So I still am missing a lot of pieces to, have this as fluid as it would be for a normal move or a normal, I hate to say normal crisis, but like, and but some things are coming together, and when they come together in these times, you're just like, whoo, what a relief. That is awesome. But the way that things have been coming together when they've been coming together is like truly miraculous for me. So that's awesome. Problems are not solved, but they're going to be okay. I mean, we haven't died yet. We're still here. We do still smile. We do still have these moments. And like I said, I just kind of wanted to share it. So don't forget to have the joy too. I guess. It's kind of my continuing message against the spirit of bitterness is like a lot of times, and some of the people that I keep up with online too was like, okay, we see our problems, whether they're self-inflicted or from past traumas, but what do we do? Like, how do we deal? There's obvious stuff, and then when you don't do that and you stay strong and you're just clinging to the point where you're just like and you're strangling yourself and the people around you because you're just grasping so tight and everything has such a tight grasp on you too. Just don't forget the spaces in between, which really need to be the space. That needs to be a big deal. And I'm here making a big deal about the big deal to me today. Just a blessing, really, from someone in a very needed time. The pivot point of being like, oh, I gotta just, like the solutions sometimes that you have, they're all are like, I don't want to do any of that for good reasons, and but you don't want to stop, and you've been sitting and meditating and you're like, I cannot sit here anymore. Something must happen. Was a type of miracle for me today. But so anyway, I'm wanting to share that. It's awesome. And a note on blessings. Some have been a huge blessing to me lately, and I just mean like being yourselves and being in the world, from people that I follow on YouTube that just are funny and inspiring, and they share their experiences because I'm like, I'm going through that. There's no manual, but thank you for letting me live vicariously through you and just have some better understanding of situations. Blessings. I'm watching a lot of self-sufficient people right now chasing chickens and learning how to feed and protect themselves and sharing that with others, and I love it. It's awesome. There have been people that have listened to me pour out, which has been amazing for me. I know nobody wants to sit and listen to somebody complain, but when I have to keep things on reserve for the right time and place, and there's just never a right time and place, that somebody comes in, and just and listens and lets me let that out whenever I can't think straight enough to let it out in a healthy way, like with just sitting down and breathing and relaxing and breathing in and breathing out, which is something that Luke and I both do now with almost everything, just because. And those people have been a blessing, just reaching out and even just saying, hey, come to a Zumba class. And it's like, well, that's a long way away, and this and that and this and that. But you know what? That's not what I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's great. Can't do it now. It might be a little while, but just the connection and the invitation and the, that people, that you'll never know or you'll never see or you won't interact with regularly, but speak positivity in your life. That's a blessing. Oh my gosh. And the Mama Odie that I met in the park the other day that spoke her blessings all over me, let me tell you what, whether in that moment I was in agreement with her or whether I was almost just like, somebody please be recording this, whatever. It was a blessing to me because she was giving me some positive energy. She was covering me with her love, with the best intentions, and it was such a blessing. And oh my gosh, y'all, I have been surviving on Dollar Tree and blessings lately, and it's a sign to me that it's good. We're good.